Hey guys, this is Bess and welcome back to another manga in the making. I know I haven't did this in like 8 months. That's crazy. It might be longer than that. I don't know. But yeah, this time we're gonna get nitty gritty and we're gonna talk about color versus black and white. So everybody knows that I started off with black and white, then I slowly progressed to colored. I honestly can say that I'm very biased because I love color more than I love the black and whites. Like I used to like the black and whites and that was my thing, but now I'm like totally colored MVP. So when I'm talking about colors in black and whites, what I'm talking about is basically there's two different types of black and white. We have one that's called screen tones, which they're just a number of dots that come up on your page so that it makes different type of hues. And what it is makes it has like dots and is like constraint, or they're far apart and it makes different type of colors. Like you're gonna see more in this video that I'm gonna show you guys. Like when you look at it far away, you can see what it looks like. This helps the printer figure out how to make the image a little bit darker using dots. Now there's another thing called grayscale, which is just you using color theory, with using grays like whites, grays, and blacks. I'm going to show you guys that too. And then they got color, and you know what color is. You just go ham on color and that's what I do. So basically I got I got 2 proofs, and I also got a proof of my color just to show you guys like what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to go down first with is basically one that has a little bit of screen tone in it, but you can tell that it's messed up because the printer could not pick up the grayscale color. It was supposed to be black and white, and that's it. And when you do black and whites, that's basically, you know, you saying I use black dots and the page is white, and I use black lines. So if you can see on this page, you can see that there's like a texture on it. That texture is cross-hatching, and that's another thing that you can use for black and white. Yes, you can see the grayscale to it, but you can see that it's like extremely dark where the cross-hatching is, and that's because of the way it's set up. Like for instance, for Vincent's gun, it's very dark, and the reason why it's really dark is because with black and white it's harder to pick up grays, because it's supposed to be a black and white. It's not supposed to have, you know, anything else. So like if you see stuff that like are blending into the gray, that's because it picks up a little bit of it, but most of the time it will go from, you know, the color to solid black, and you won't even see the line work. So that's something that is with black and white. I never did, you know, what you call that, like not cross hatching, but I never did the dot thing because I felt that I didn't need it. I just thought that when it came down to comics, you can just print out a grayscale and it'll come out looking like what it looks like in the comics. But you know, my comic cannot call for that because I got diverse characters and they got different colors. So color was the way for me to go. But if this is the type of thing that you want, where it's like completely black, and you know, you can see Fuji's completely black, you can't even see her lines, you can't even see this stuff here, and that's because it's mostly picking up the black. So with black and whites, you have to use cross hatching and you have to use dot. I'm going to show you like a little bit of stuff here, like you're going to see it come up on the screen of me showing you like some references. The reason why I didn't go with dots for Fuji's hair and stuff like that was because when I was doing dots for her, it just on screen it didn't look good. It looks like a cluster of dots, and I was like, ugh, what is this? So when it came out that when I found out that you could print it and it doesn't look like that, that's when it gave me the idea of, you can use those type of screen tones to make characters' hairs darker and stuff like that. So again, guys, for like black and white, this is what it is. It's just really dark, and you will see more lights through it, and it's just, oh god, okay. Yeah, you just see more lights and stuff through it, and then you can see that the hair and everything is darker, and that's because it's picking up the darkness more than it is picking up the light. Black and white printing does not pick up grays like as great as it needs to. Now I have a gray proof, which is right here, and this one does have a grayscale. But the reason why it has the grayscale is because I had to print it as a color. So that's one of the downfalls of making your stuff like grayscaling it, like having your light whites all the way down to your blacks, and it's bad because it's not going to work so great in the printer, and the only way to make it work is through color printing. So color printing, this is basically what I did, and you can see in these images that you can see the lines of Fuji's hair. You can see the tones changing and everything like that. So that's something to think about when you're doing your comic. Everything looks a lot more uniform, a lot better, and that's only because I had to choose color to ever be able to print in grayscale. So I didn't use no screen tones, I only did grayscaling. So this is why it came out looking like this in the colored feature. So being that I was doing that and I was wasting time basically, because I'm like, okay, hello, is colored, I'm paying for color print, and it's black and white, and it shouldn't be this way. I went ahead and I jumped over to color, and I felt like this was like the best choice. Honestly speaking, from a comic book reader standpoint, like granted, I love my manga, I love screen tones and stuff like that, but I honestly love color. And the reason why I love color is because it makes everything pop. It makes everything so much better, and it makes it gives it the the vibrancy that it needs. I don't even know if that's a word, but that's what it is. I'm just gonna show you guys a page. I'm not even gonna go into detail, but yeah, I'm gonna show you guys a page. Let me see if I can find one to not ruin things, So yeah, we have this page, and you can see how the color is popping, and you see how Vincent's eyes is glowing. That's something that I wanted to emphasize in my comic. Now, another thing that I do like about color is the fact that you can see that Fuji's a lot more tanner than Vincent, and that's the thing that I really wanted to emphasize, because I wanted my characters to look more diverse, more different colored, and this was the only way to do it in color. So yeah, the pros and the cons, I will say pros for black and white is more cheaper. I know black and white is like $1 to $2 depending on the pages on a regular comic, and you'll get the best results if you use screen tones. For color, it will be $2 to $3 depending on the size, depending on how many pages you have. You will get the best of what you have. The only downfall about black and white is that it doesn't have grayscale. So if you do use grayscale, things will come out 100 times darker. Look at Vincent's face, y'all. That's way too dark. So everything will come out 100 times darker, and that's because I did not use no screen tones. So you have to use screen tones to be able to achieve that, to make things a lot more cheaper. But if you're like me, you want it to look like an anime, you want it to look very vibrant, out there, you want to do it in color, and that's the only thing that I can say. The only thing about black and whites is I can say that is more cost efficient. Like, you will pay $1 or $2 again to print out one issue. If you do bulk, it'll be pretty good because the prices will drop a little bit and you'll get more for your buck. With color, it's the same thing. It's $2 to $3 for right now. I think I got like about 28 pages. So yeah, it's $2 to $3 for that. If you buy a bulk, you'll get less, you get more for less. Right now I'm in the printers club with page by page, and I pay like a certain amount. Like I know that their original amount is $75, but I just did their Black Friday sale, so I paid $50 for this year, and I get to get free shipping. I get lower costs on prints, and it's like fast. It's not even, it don't take no time or nothing like that. I've been working with him ever since I started printing out Celestial Pulse, and he's the best, I can say, for right now for me. So yeah, you just have to think about the cost. You have to think about your book, what you want your book to say. So for this manga in the making tip, I will say it depends on your comic. If you want your comic to have that grayscale look to it, like, you know, really dark, and have that moody darkness to it, I say go for the black and white, but be sure to use your screen tones. Do not go with grayscale. Please do not do grayscale, because then you're gonna make your workload a lot more. Like, it's just gonna be too much when you go to print. I know there's some printing places that do the grayscale, and they, you know, they do it a certain type of way, but you have to understand that printers come with toners and stuff like that. So yeah, color is the only way that they can be able to make your grayscale. So be sure to use your screen tones. Now if you go with color, have fun. Just have fun, because honestly speaking, they will register on paper, and you will love your results. I honestly I love the color, don't get me wrong. It's a little bit more a little bit more for the book, but honestly speaking, is really good. I personally sell my books for $5. Is about, I say 20 to 30 pages. No, a little bit more than that. I would say, yeah, 28 to 32 pages. And it's more cost efficient, and especially if you go to a membership club and print out your stuff that type of way. I'm gonna have all page by page information down below. He is located in Cleveland, so if you're in the Ohio region and you're like, hey, I need somebody to print my stuff, you could definitely take a look at his stuff. He's a really cool guy, and he does do sales, and you know, you just gotta jump on it for you to be able to get that type of stuff. So yeah, guys, that's the only tips I have for black and white. If there's anything more that I can think of for this series, because I know I've been struggling with black and whites, and now that I'm with color, I'm enjoying color, and I might go back and color these guys. So there's a lot of stuff that that comes to thought with this. But yes, I'm going to continue on making these manga in the makings, and have you come, you know, just join me on my journey of creating a manga in general, because honestly speaking, if it wasn't for me like having little mishaps and learning from them, I would not be doing as great as I'm doing now. Like now that everything is in color, now that I'm focusing, you know, everything is more better. I'm in a printing club. Things are looking a little bit more better for Celestial Pulse. So that's what I'm going to be continually doing. I'm thinking about doing another, you know, another manga I'm making about web comics. I'm still working on it because I'm learning still. So, you know, everybody's learning, everybody's trying to figure things out, and I'm in the process, and I want to make sure that I did my research, I did my mistakes, and I learned from my mistakes before I come and I tell you guys about it. So yes, this was one of the ones that that I felt like it was important to know. You had to learn about grayscale, you had to learn about black and white, which was screen tones, and you have to learn about color. So definitely guys, keep that in mind. Another thing I will say is when you do your colors, be sure to make things a lot more like vibrant, because like Fuji's hair is really dark, So you might have to up the color on that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a dark hair character, I would say up her color to make her hair like maybe a certain type of tone brown, and then add the blacks so that when it is dark, at least you can see some of the parts of her hair that is not like, for instance, her face. Like you can see here where her hair is a lot more, you could see it, you know, with the highlights. So definitely keep that stuff in mind. Don't go too dark. You just want to keep things as a medium tone. And if you do go a little bit dark, think about your scene and why is it going dark. Another thing that I did do for Celestial Post, for those who have read the books, they notice that I've been using the black and whites and the grays, and that's because I'm trying to elude something. So if you guys are noticing that, I am doing I'm doing some work there so that you guys can see that. So yeah, guys, that's all I have to say. If you haven't read Celestial Post, you can read issue 1 and 2 on To Pass. It's up there. You can even read it on Webtoons. And it's there for you guys to read. It's even on my DeviantArt. If you're willing to purchase them, I'm going to also have my store and all my other information down below. We do have merch in the Redbubble store, and I do have a Patreon for my Celestial Post. So if you want to be part of that so that you can get behind the scenes and get, you know, all the exclusive stuff that I do, be sure to take a look at my Patreon and definitely take a look there and see which tier works for you. I have a $1 tier, I have a $5 tier, and I have a $10 tier. So you get different type of goodies for that. So be sure to look down below. Yeah. So if you guys like this video, hit that like, and if you learned something, hit that like too. If you're here and you're new, you're like, hey Vess, thank you for those tips. I definitely like that. Just look around to see if you like me. Go ahead and hit that subscribe, become a family member, become one of our posters, and enjoy us. I do different type of things, manga in the making, speed art, everything art related I do. Again, guys, I stream every Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was about to rush through that. Did you hear it? The Spanish almost came out of me. Yes, so 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Again, guys, thank you for watching, sharing, telling a friend, and helping a friend. Have an amazing rest of the day. Bye-bye.